Hi, it's me again, Trishulliano, and welcome back to my channel. Welcome to Lesson 8 of our complete Autocad training course for 2D and 2D. And for today's lesson, I am going to demonstrate to you the draw command. So this is the part 2 of our lesson 1. Okay, so let's start. So we have different commands to make us draw some figures, no? So, and these are the commands that we're going to use. Okay, so first is the construction line, or we just type XL in our keyboard. So let's try it in CAD. So XL, enter. Okay, so once again, XL, enter. And then we're going to specify a point. So the command line is asking us to specify a point. We can position this point wherever we want. No? So this is these are the construction line. Okay, so let's erase it all. Okay, so let's make the lines straight. We press the ortho or F8. So XL, enter. Okay. And then we can press again the ortho mode to make our diagonal lines like this. As you can notice, our construction lines, they don't have endings, no? Ayan, so this is already zoomed out. I'm trying to zooming it in and zooming it out. So I'm zooming it out. And yeah, it has no ending. Siguro kung maaari siyang tumago sa ating mga screen abay nagtagusan itong mga construction lines na ito. Okay. So there are other options in making construction lines. We also have horizontal lines. So XL, enter, and then we can type HOR or HOR, or we can click the one in the command line. Okay, so all the construction lines that we are going to make is horizontal line. Okay. Then enter to end the command. We can also make vertical construction lines by typing ver or just clicking this option in our command line. If using higher version of Autocad, you can just select it from our command line. No? So ayan, as you can see, all of the lines that will be created are all vertical lines. Vertical construction lines. It has no ending and has no beginning. Okay? And We can turn off our snap tool, or we just need to press F3, object snap tool, so the locations, so our construction lines will not place on the location that is being highlighted using the snap. Okay. And okay, so let's press the enter to end this command, and to use it again we can press the enter once again to go back to the previous command that you have made without typing it. Just press the enter. Okay, so XL. This time we're gonna use the angle. We just need to type ANG or select the option in our command line. Okay, so the command line is asking us to enter the angle of construction line. And then example, 45 degrees. We just need to input the 45. It is automatic in degrees because it is acting as an angle. So these construction lines with 45 degrees. Okay lang. Ayun. Okay, parang walang nangyari. Ayan. So, parang walang nangyayari if we zoom it in. But if we zoom it out, so these are the construction lines with 45 degrees angle. So we can click anywhere. That's the through point. Okay. And we also have the option bisect. So enter to end this command and enter again to do the construction line command. For now, we're gonna select the bisect. So this one, bisect. Okay, we need to choose the vertex point. Specify angle vertex point. So let's say this one. Okay, I will turn the snap. This angle and specify start point. So example, this is the start point of my angle. Okay, I will turn it off again. This is the starting point of my angle and this is the end point. So that is now my angle bisector. Construction line using angle bisector. Okay, let's go somewhere here. Kasi puno na sila dun. Okay, let's try it again. Bisect. And we need to distinguish our angle vertex point. And then start point. And then the angle endpoint. Okay, so we already have our construction line using the angle bisector. So what's the meaning of angle bisector? The angle is cutting into or dividing it into. Okay, so our next option of construction line is the offset. Okay, we will try to, I just press enter again. And then it is asking us to specify a point, but this time we're gonna choose the option offset or this type O. And then it is asking us for a certain distance. Let's say 100. And then let's choose a line for it to be offset. Kaya lang, hindi natin nakita kung saan siya nag-offset because there are so many construction lines. Okay, let's erase it all first. let's try making a construction line, horizontal construction line. And then we will try the offset option of our construction line. So XL, then type O, and then our offset distance, let's say 50. Okay, so and then maybe we're using the so small distance, that's why it doesn't appear now. Offset, let's try again, make it 500. Oh, wala pa rin lumabas. Okay, so let's try it once again. I will delete this and okay, so XL, offset distance, so I will make it 100. So I will select a line and then specify the side to offset. No, ayun. Okay, so that is it. So another one. So specify the side to offset. Okay, so downward. You just need to select the object, the line to be offset, and then the side to offset. Okay. So those are the lines that we have created, our construction lines, and they are lines that has no ending. No? I'm zooming it out, and you can see that this line has no beginning and they don't have ending. No? So erase all. Okay, so let's go to our next. Our next command is drawing array. So let's try to make array. And we'll just type RAY, enter, and then ayan. So it is asking us to specify a point. Kaya lang parang hindi natin makita. Maybe because what's happening? Okay, let's try it again. RAY, enter. So specify through point. Yeah, so our ray has already appeared, and you can see from this figure that it is like the ray of the sun. The difference between construction line and ray is that ray is like a line segment. It has a beginning, and the other segment extends to infinity. No? Compared to our construction line that it has no beginning and it has no ending. So ray, it has a beginning. So this is the beginning of our ray. And so you can use the mouse to specify our through point. So that is the through point. These construction lines and ray, they are guidelines in our drawing. So usually these lines are being used in making the perspective of a drawing. Okay, so to end this command, just press enter. And okay, so let's proceed to the next command. So the next command is the Polyline command. polyline or P-line. Let's try P-line. We just need to type PL, then enter. So click anywhere to, okay. So these are lines made out of polyline. So I will enter the command. As you can see, the polyline is one object, but it contains many lines. Okay, we can also create polyline composed of arcs. So that's okay. So just enter, and then start point, and then we can choose the arc. As you can see, ang laki ng arc natin. Okay. So we can press the control or hold the control to switch the direction of your arc. So this is the so these are the lines. So let's try it again. PL, then specify a point, then arc. Okay, so these arcs is one object, but it contains so many arcs, different arcs. So let's try other option of polyline. So that's PL, enter, specify a point. I will specify the point here, and we can choose the half width and specify starting half width. We can choose 1, and then the half width is 0. Uy, ang laki pa rin yan. Okay. And then pressing enter. So you can see here that it is also a polyline. But it looks like an arrowhead because of the option half width. Okay, let's go to the next option of polyline. So PL, enter, and then starting point, and then we will try the length option. Specify a point, and then length, and then 10. Okay, so length again, and then 200. We can also try the width. So width, starting width is, let's say, 30, and the ending is 20. Okay, so it will look like this. And let's try the half width again. Half width, just click edge. So we can choose starting half width is 10, and then the end is 5. Okay, so you can see it is like this. So these are all polylines with different width, option and length, And we also have option of arc. No? So let's erase it all for our next draw command. So our next draw command is the multiline command. Okay. So let's try to make a multiline or many multilines. So we just need to input ML, enter. No? Okay, so as you can see, M line is it is composed of two parallel lines. No? Okay, we also have another option that is the, okay, so I will end this command. We also have other options for multiline, that is ML edit. So we can choose different options. Okay, a multiline edit tools window will appear, and then you can choose now your options for your multiline. So let's try. Okay, kaya lang we don't have intersecting and multiline, so maybe we can try making intersecting multiline. So we can try the other option. No? Okay, ML edit again. Then we will choose different options. No? Okay, so select the first M line and then the second M line, and you can see the line in the line here disappear. It looks like it goes under. No? And then this is the first multiline, the one that is being highlighted. And then the second multiline is this. Okay. So they look like road networks. So this is the first M line, the second M line. Okay. Let's try another ML edit options. Okay, let's try Open T. Okay, so Open T, select the first M line and then the second M line. Okay, so your M line becomes letter T. So that is the Open T. No? Okay. We can also have, or we can also make our own M line style. And then I'll try to use it, ML style. You just need to type ML and then the word style, and then an option will appear. No, a window will appear, so we can make a new one. So let's try. The name is ML N3. Ayan. So continue. Okay, so after MLN3, we can choose the we can add another layer. So let's choose the offset to be let's say 1, and then we can also edit the color blue. Okay, so the next one is -1. We can also choose another color for this, so let's say red. So you can see from this other window preview of your the new style that you're making. And you can also change the line type of your multiline. So you can make it a dash, dot, or whatever you want it. So, okay. We already have our ML style. So I will just set it to current. So it means that all of our oh, it doesn't appear. Okay, so let's try to draw using the style that we have made. So ML, then style ST, and then we will type the name of our ML style. So that is MLN3, enter, and then we are going to choose, I guess it is here. Okay, it is not found in our ML. No. Okay, so maybe we can try another ML style. Okay, because we didn't load it earlier. MLN3, enter, and then we can add another one. So that is 1, and then the other one is -1. Okay, so we can choose any color of our multiline. Okay. Oh, we have to save it first. Save MLN3. Okay, so it is already saved, and okay, let's try making M-line. Okay, so this is not the M-line that we're using. So to make it to make our M-line, the M-line that we have made, we just need to type ML, then we will use the style below in our command line. So ST, enter, and then we will put the name of our M-line style. So that is MLN3. And then, so we can choose it from our window. And then as you can see, okay, so this is a different M-line. Okay. To go back to our original M-line, okay, so we will just need to type the standard. So ML, then style, and then question mark, and then we will choose the standard. Enter. So all the lines will go back to the original. So that is the standard. And we can also this is the beginning of M-line. It is asking us to specify start point or justification. So when we say justification, so let's try now. Justification, it is asking us if we are going to use the top, 0, or bottom. So the default is top. So it means that our M-line is starting at the top. So let's try the 0. So 0, it means 0 is in the middle of the two parallel lines, as you can see. Okay. We can also try the other option. So ML, then justification, we can choose the bottom. So if we choose the bottom, Okay, our multiline starts at the bottom of our parallel lines. And we can also edit the distance of these two multilines. So that is ML, enter the scale. So we will choose the option scale. So the default here is 20. So maybe we can choose 10 to make them a little bit closer. Okay, so as you can see from this multiline, so the distance of these two parallel lines is 10. The previous distance, this is 20, and then the one that we made has a distance of 10. So that is the scale option of our multiline. Okay, so we are done with multiline, and now we're going to erase it all. And we will proceed to our next draw commands, that is the, okay, we're done with this. So Polygon. Okay, Polygon. So Polygon, we can make a polygon up to 1024 sides in Autocad. Okay, so let's just type POL, enter. Okay, so the command line is asking us to enter the number of sides of your polygon. So let's choose 8, enter. And then we need to specify the center of our polygon. So I will pick anywhere. And then it is asking us again if our polygon is inscribed in circle or circumscribed about the circle. So let's try the inscribed first. Okay, so let's specify a certain radius of our circle, because I will explain later. Let's say 50. Okay, we used the inscribed in circle earlier, no? And let's type polygon again, and then 8 sides. And we will choose the same center, no? This is the geometric center of our polygon. I will choose the same center of the first polygon to see the difference between the inscribed and circumscribed. So this time we're gonna use the option circumscribed about the circle. So we will specify the same radius, no? So we used the 50 earlier. Okay. Hala, ay alin dito? Okay, let's undo. Ayan. Okay, so the one that is in outside. So let's try again. Pole. Then 8 sides. Specify the center. And then circumscribe. And then we will see. We'll use the 50. 50. Okay, so this one in the outside polygon, the outside octagon, this is the octagon made using the circumscribed option. So when we say circumscribe about the option, the circle. So let's try to make a circle now. Okay, this is the imaginary circle. So when we say inscribe, the polygon is inside the circle. When we say circumscribe, the polygon is outside the circle. So this is our imaginary circle. No? That is why in polygon option, the command line is asking us to specify the radius of the circle. So this is the circle that AutoCAD is talking about, the imaginary circle. No? Okay. So the polygon made from the polygon command of AutoCAD, they are all regular polygon. No? So if we say regular polygon, it has the same length of sides and the same angle, the same size. So that is a regular polygon. No? Okay. So let's try a polygon with 567 sides. So polygon, enter, and then let's try the 567 sides. So the center of the polygon, I will choose the inscribed, no? And then let's say the radius of our polygon is 500. Oh, it's so big. And it looks like a circle already because it has too many sides that it appears that it looks like a circle. No? Even if we zoom it in, seems to be that it has no straight side. But it is a polygon. Okay, so let's proceed to our next. Let's proceed to our next draw command, and that is the rectangle. No? So our option is rec, or our code is rec. So let's go back to CAD. Okay, so rec, enter. Okay, so there are so many options in rectangle. So first, we need to specify the first corner and then the second corner. So other options is specify the first corner, and then it is asking us to, the first option is the area. So we will give the area of the rectangle. So I choose the area. So example, the area of our rectangle in current units is 100. So the default here is 100. We can choose our own area. So depending on the requirement of your drawing. So let's say 100. Okay, and then we will need to specify the length of our rectangle. Let's say 8. Okay, so this is our rectangle with an area of 100 square units because we don't know the units just yet. So the length of this is 8. Okay. Ayan, so you can see the length is 8 and the length is the one that is given, and then the width is 12.5. In AutoCAD, the length is always the horizontal dimension. So unlike in our math, when we say length, that is the how long is your rectangle, and when we say width, how wide is your rectangle. No? But in here, the length is always the horizontal dimension. No? So let's try again, rec, and then we will choose the dimension options. So when we say dimension options, we will input the length and the width of our rectangle. So, okay, so let's choose D, type D for dimension. And then we're going to specify the length of our rectangle. So let's say 10. And the width of our rectangle, let's say 8. Okay. Let's try again. Rec and then dimension. Okay, we need to specify first the first corner. rect, specify first corner, then dimension, then the length of our rectangle is 8. The width is, let's say, 5. Okay, so specify the other corner point. So this is our rectangle drawn using the dimension option with the dimension of the length is 8 and the width is 5. Okay, so let's try other option. Let's use the chamfer this time. Okay, so chamfer. So specify first chamfer distance for rectangle. Let's say 5. And then the second chamfer distance, it's okay, let's say 5 again. Then when we draw our rectangle, oh, what happened? It didn't appear. Oh, let's try it again. Rec, then chamfer. Chamfer distance is 5. Or let's say 3. 3, and then the second chamfer distance is 3 again. Okay, so specify the first point. Okay, so it doesn't appear earlier because our the rectangle cannot chamfer it with the given chamfer distances. No. Okay, so let's try to make a rectangle again. Okay, so this one is the chamfered corner of our rectangle with chamfer distance 3. No, 3. Okay. The chamfer is like the corner is being chopped off. So let's try the fillet option of our rectangle. So when we say fillet, the edges or the corners of our rectangle will be rounded. That's why the command line is specifying or asking us to specify the fillet radius of our rectangle. So let's say the radius is 5. Okay, so specify the first corner and then specify the other corner. Okay, so we already have a rectangle with rounded edges. So that is the fillet. No? Okay. So if you're going to make another rectangle and you want to go back to the rectangle without fillet and without chamfer, so you will need to make the fillet radius 0 and then the chamfer distance as 0. So let's try chamfer, let's say 0, and then the second chamfer distance 0, and then the fillet we will choose the 0 for radius. No? And then we will go back to our regular rectangle. No? Okay, so that is all about rectangle, and then we will proceed to our next draw command, which is the ellipse. So ellipse. You just need to type EL for ellipse, and then okay, so the ellipse, the command line is asking us the endpoint of our ellipse, the axis endpoint. So there are 2 endpoints of our first axis. So this will be the length of your axis. Let's say let's say 200 at angle 0. So using our polar coordinate. No? And then The third option is, or the third command is asking us to specify the distance to other axis. So this is from the center. The distance asking here is the distance from the center of your ellipse to the other axis. No? So let's say 20. Okay, so this is your ellipse. So this is the first axis earlier. No? This is the 200 that we have input. And then the other, this is the 20. No? So this is the second axis. No? This is the first axis. This is the second axis, the vertical one. No? Okay. So let's try another draw command. The spline. We will just type SPL. No, then enter. Okay, so SPL. So this is the starting point of my spline. As you can see, the spline is like a polyline, but this time the spline composed of curves, unknown curves. And then let's proceed to another draw command, the donut command. So we just type DO, enter. Yan. So it is asking us to specify the inside diameter of our donut. Let's say 10. And then the outside diameter, let's say 30. Okay, so this is your donut looks like, with inside diameter of 10 and outside diameter of 30. We can also choose the fill of our donut. So we'll just type fill, enter, and then, okay, so the default is the fill is on. So this time we choose the off, no? So every donut that we were going to make, donut, so specify natin same diameters of our donut. So this is the donut that will looks like if we turn off the fill option of Autocad. Okay, so we turn it on again, the fill option. So that is how we make a donut. This is the with fill, without fill. Kung gusto mo walang palaman, dito ka. Yung sugar coated, dito lang. Yan. Okay, let's go to another draw command. The arc. No? We're going to make an arc. Okay, so just type A and then, so we have two options. Before we specify our start point, we have already two options. The first option is to starting or specify the start point. So that is to specify the start point. And then the second option is to specify the center of your arc. So I will just center. No. So if you specify the center of your arc, so you will next is you will need to specify the start point of your arc and then the second point. Okay, to switch the direction of your arc, you need to press the control, hold it for a while. So that's it. No? Your arc is being created. Alright. So next option, we need to specify our first point, and then after specifying our first point, it is asking us if we're going to specify the second point or the center of our arc. So let's try the center. So just type C, enter. Okay, So as you can see, we already have our starting point, the center point, and the next is the end point of our arc. So again, to switch the direction of our arc, just press hold or hold the control. So we are making an arc. Let's try another option. So start point and center. So specify the center. Okay, so we will specify here the angle. As you can see, let's say 45. Okay. Because we choose the other direction, the 45 degrees has been cut off. Okay, so we need to switch the direction if we need to. This only area will have an arc. Okay, so arc again, starting point, and then center. So specify the center, and this time we will choose the chord length. So let's say the chord length is, so we just need to type L, enter, and then so we will need to specify the chord length of our arc. So press Ctrl to switch the direction of the arc. Okay, so that is our arc. Let's undo it. Okay. Once again, arc, specify the first point, and then we need to specify the center, and this time the chord length of our arc. So let's say 100. The chord length of our arc is 100. Ayaw niya mag 100. Maybe because of our center, due to our center, our length of the chord is, the radius is not compatible with our inputting chord length. So let's try 20. Okay, ayaw pa rin. So 20. Yan, 80. I tried 80. So the chord of, the length of this chord, that one, that is 80. 80. And then we also have other options for arc. Okay, the starting point, and then let's try the end. The end option. So we need to specify the end point of our arc. So let's say in here, and then we need to hold to switch direction. Control hold to switch the direction. And then, okay, so we need to specify the center point of our arc. So, for example, I want my center to be here. Okay, so we also have other options for arc, start point, and then end. So after specifying the end point, we have the angle. So angle, just type A, and then we will need to input the angle of our included angle of our arc. So let's say 60. Okay, so this is an arc with an inside angle of, included angle of 60. Okay, let's try another option again. So starting point of our arc, and then end point, and then let's say the direction. Let's choose direction. So direction of your arc. Okay, so this direction is the tangent direction for the start point of arc. Or yan. So we will control the how curved your arc should be. And then the last option is the start point and then end point. And then we need to specify the radius of our arc. So press Ctrl again to shift direction. Okay. We need to specify the radius of our arc. Let's say 100. Happened. Okay, let's try it again. Arc, first point, then end point, then radius. Let's say 100. Okay, so this is our arc with radius of 100. And then for our last draw command is the region. So let's try the region. Okay, so the region is, let's try to make some lines that are connected to each other, and see to close. So it is already close. Okay, so as you can see, this figure, this polygon is composed of many lines, no? These are the individual sides of our polygon. If you want to make it into one object, the command is region. So select the object. So we select the object or the sides of the polygon to be the boundary of our region. So type region after selecting. Okay. So now we can notice that it is one object and one region is created, no? So it is already one object. So if we make another, see to close. So as you can see, there are individual sides again. So if we input region and then we select this lines as the boundary of our region, it will become one object, no? Or it will become one region. So the opposite of region is the explode. Just type X and select the object to be exploded. So example, this one, and enter. So as you can see, it is go back to its original composition. There are lines again. So this one, so as you can see, if we click this one, all the other sides has been selected because it is already one object. So let's try the explode. X, enter, then choose this figure, then enter. So our line or our figure, our region has been exploded. Okay, so that's all for our part 2 of draw commands. From our questions, just ask me, and see you on lesson 9. Thank you, goodbye, and always take care. God bless.